So apparently one of the victims that Jabbar fucking piece of shit that killed people in New Orleans, well, he was a Palestinian-American, right? Kareem Badawi. So R.I.P. to Kareem Badawi. Now, American policy is to do genocide against the Palestinians. That's what Kamala and Genocide Joe, that's what they've been doing. So do a genocide against the Palestinian is actually consistent with American immorality. So now that we know that Jabbar, that piece of shit in New Orleans who did that terrorist attack, now that we know that he had killed a Palestinian-American, that would make him the good guy? Is he the good guy now? Clearly, if you run over 15 Americans who are just having a good time in New Orleans on Bourbon Street, that's wrong, just like a mass genocide of 300,000 is wrong as well. And while I'm doing tongue-in-cheek, little shit, Kareem Badawi. Hey, Kareem Badawi. Why don't you release the hostages? And release the hostages! You remember that one crazy fucking viral video of that woman shouting, release the hostages? Kareem Badawi, why haven't you released the hostages yet? Kareem Badawi, why did you steal the ancient land of Abraham and Isaac and Ishmael? No, it was you. You stole it. You did that. You stole the damn hostages. So you remember that crazy-ass Zionist that freaked the fuck out about the hostages? But Israel's got 9,000 prisoners, political prisoners. So when the fuck is Israel going to release the hostages? So Kareem Badawi, what the fuck, man? You stole the ancient land of Abraham and Israel and Ishmael? What the fuck, Kareem Badawi? When you going to release the hostages, Kareem Badawi? And then are we going to point out the hypocrisies and the inconsistencies? What a fucking hypocrite. What a hypocritical society. 300,000 killed is fucking repulsive, reprehensible, it's disgusting. Genociding, mass murder of a bunch of innocent children, that's probably the most immoral thing that I can fucking imagine. That's like the most immoral, that's Gilles de Race fucking territory right there. That's Bluebird shit right there. Bluebeard, Gilles de Race. 9,000 prisoners. So fucking Netanyahu and Israel need to stop with their fucking genocide. They need to release the goddamn hostages. And the United States government needs to goddamn stop it fucking financing this shit. So if you clearly think that a person having a good time in New Orleans and you're not supposed to run him over, but you think that a person who's a child in the West Bank and Gaza and Bethlehem, you think it's okay to kill a bunch of children in Bethlehem? You got some fucked up morals. You don't have morals, do you? You don't have any fucking morality. When'd you lose your goddamn soul? What does it matter if you inherit the entire world and lose your goddamn soul? There's been a Jinx and OK, Resla Aslan, Keith Ellison, Hassan Minaj. Hassan Minaj cracks me the fuck up, Malcolm X. And then let's take a look at what what's the face of that Tesla suicide bomber? What's that Tesla suicide bomber look like? Oh well, shit! Look at that. And then you got motherfucking Candace and goddamn Elon Musk suggesting that. Well, hell, they both came from Fort Bragg. This is a Green Beret. So who's actually doing the fucking terrorism? He did a goddamn Tesla bomber, right? This is the Tesla suicide bomber. He drove into the front of the Trump Hotel and blew up a Tesla, and there were 7 injuries and 1 fatality. He was a suicide bomber. He killed himself. And for what? Just to make a strong point? The same exact day that Jobber did this shit in New Orleans? And there was an interesting connection. Toru, they used the app Toru, And it is interesting that they both came from Fort Bragg. But I think the more interesting question is, when it comes to these guys getting radicalized, these are the Green Berets. These are the troops, and the troops could do no wrong. Aren't they heroes? These are the troops. Aren't the troops a bunch of heroes? Hell, this is the same race of that woman that ran over Desire Pool in Houston, Texas. Houston, Texas is where that Jabbar had originally, that's where he lived. That's where he grew up. He only left for 10 years to go fight in Afghanistan. So maybe it's, maybe they got PTSD from murdering a bunch of innocent children and shit. Maybe they got PTSD from just massacring just a bunch of carnage for carnage's sake. Donald even went ahead and pardoned the motherfucking Blackwater guys. So you just drive through the streets just fucking randomly shooting people here and there. That's a fucking good time had by everybody. And then if you want to talk about the justice of Palestine-Israel, justice is eye for an eye. So, okay, 1,200 people died on October 7th. That's, that's terrible. That's awful. So, eye for an eye, that's 1,200 of them would need to die. If you want to think of it like that, you'd have to do a proportional response. But they've killed 300,000. That's not even 10 eyes for an eye. That's more than 15 eyes for an eye. That's more than 20 eyes for an eye. That's more than 100 eyes for a single eye. So I guess Elon Musk and Candace Owens is suggesting that Joe Biden is getting this fucking, Matthew Livelsberger from Colorado Springs? This Tesla suicide truck bomber outside the Trump Hotel. Somehow Joe Biden, old man Joe Biden, old senile, demented Joe Biden was able to orchestrate some sort of terrorism plot where he got this Matthew Livelsberger, who was on the edge anyways. He was hanging on by a thread anyways, and they just kind of pushed him over. Is that what you're trying to tell me? You're trying to tell me that this was an inside fucking job because of fucking Fort Bragg? You motherfuckers are suggesting a bunch of crazy shit. Knowledge is finite. Imagination encircles the globe. So I can imagine a lot of fucking things being some sort of psych op or some sort of conspiracy theorist. Bullshit. They killed JFK. How about you motherfuckers start clamoring for them to release the JFK files? Donald said he was going to fucking do it the first 4 years. Why doesn't Genocide Joe release those fucking files? Why don't any of the goddamn presidents tell us the fucking truth? LBJ did it, and a bunch of rich people who's still alive today, they fucking did it. That's what opens the door to all this fucking craziness. But if you think that eye for an eye is justice and 100 eyes in this single eye is not justice, 100 eyes for an eye, so one person gouged out another person's eye, and you went and gouged out 100 fucking eyes from a whole bunch of other people that had nothing to do with the damn fucking thing, you're fucking fucked up to the max, man. You're fucking fucked up. And it's very irresponsible. Elon Musk, he's the president-elect, right? So Candace Owens, Elon Musk, the president-elect, is suggesting that Biden is the one that fucking orchestrated all this shit. Get the fuck out of here. Why don't you look at the actual fucking thing? American culture is fucking sick. Something happened to these folks. They're the troops. They were doing a good job. He's a Green Beret. He's a Green Beret. So he's one of the premier fighting forces. He's one of the premier fighting forces that we got. He got disillusioned. Something bad happened in his life with that Jabbar. He got into a divorce. Jabbar had a divorce. He couldn't pay his bills. He had a 6-figure life. And then when he couldn't pay his fucking bills and get a divorce, he started spiraling out of control. And so it was easy for apparently ISIS or somebody to fucking radicalize him to do some crazy shit. So the only conspiracy that I see is that there could be some connection. These two guys could have known each other. Or maybe this ISIS fucking inspiration shit is hitting them at the same time. I don't really believe in coincidences. Is it possible they could have been army buddies? They met each other, you know, U.S. Army Green Beret and a U.S. Army IT technician, U.S. Army Reserve. They both went to Fort Bragg. And then, you know what the color of that cop that murdered Desire Pool, ran over Desire Pool? You know what the color of her skin was? Well, hell, she looks just like Matthew Livelsberger. She just ran over a mother of three like it wasn't shit. And when they said call an ambulance, she says, I already did. God, why are you always getting on my case? Because you just ran over a woman and you just killed her. You just ran over a mother. You just ran over a sister, a daughter, a cousin, a friend, an aunt, a living human being. You just ran her the fuck over there. Oh my God, Kennedy. Oh my God, Shelby Kennedy. You didn't see them? She's still a cop today. They went ahead and did a paid vacation for her, and now she got back on the fucking force. Maybe that's some sick shit that he's fucking sick of. If you're a cop, you could run us over, and then you get to keep your fucking job. If you're part of the military, you get to just fucking go around randomly shooting anybody and everybody, and you'll get fucking pardoned. If we are an empire, I'd like to be the good empire. I'd like to be the French empire that goes around supporting the American revolutionaries. I don't want to be no fucking stormtrooper. I don't want to be no fucking Nazi generation, motherfuckers. Who the fuck wants to be a bunch of Nazi stormtroopers? You're the evil bastards, and all you're doing is just saying, might is right. You don't care about the law. You don't care about no constitution. You don't give a damn about no Bill of Rights or the rule of law. You don't care about bicameralism or federalism. You don't give a shit about any ways to fight tyranny that the Constitution had offered. You don't care if it's tied to market forces. Our economy is tied to market forces. You don't believe in fairness. You believe that you get to fucking break as many fucking necks on the way to the top, but if everybody's breaking necks in order to get to the fucking top, you're going to have a bunch of fucking broken fucking necks. So I think we should just analyze the actual state of things here. I know he's got all the privileges in the world, and he just enjoys all his privileges, and he's just standing on the top of all the privileges. Or maybe he's a regular fucking guy, and what little bit of fucking privileges that he get wasn't fucking enough. He's the troop, so he's one of the best of us. And he saw some shit, and he didn't like the shit that he saw. He's trying to be smiling, he's trying to be charismatic, he's trying to be friendly. He loses his job, he gets a divorce, somebody fucking trips him up. He has a bad day at work, his car breaks down. I knew a guy that broke up with his woman and then got into a car wreck and then blew his fucking head off. Shit's tough out here. And people don't have anybody to lean on. And you want to fucking try to elevate somebody and say they're fucking privileged because you're a racist bastard and you need for the entire American society to be racist. Let's unite a lone class. I'll be your ally if you're my ally. You want me to fucking support and defend you when you don't support and defend me? What kind of fucking hypocritical shit is that? So free Palestine, free Palestine, free Palestine.